You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero.
There's just too many of us.
Yesterday, the market went crazy and billions of dollars got wiped out. And what happened here, you guys, is we're safe because we use stop losses. What happened yesterday was about $20 billion worth of liquidations, and you guys can even see it start. So we go here from this first article that was done about 3 a.m., right? It was said about $6 billion in liquidations happened within the hour, and then it got worse, you guys. I think it got down to about $20 billion, and in total, there was about 1.5 billion crypto traders that got liquidated yesterday, and literally about 285 million in BTC longs were just liquidated within minutes. So you guys, what happens here is basically there is a giant wick that occurs. Look, we went from 120K down to about 102K, and you can see that. And remember, every exchange has a bit of a different number because it was such a big parabolic move. This was probably the biggest single liquidation day in the market, which is also crazy because we have so much security happening in Bitcoin. We've never been at this market cap, but it can still move like this, which is always going to show you that crypto is the wild, wild west. And what caused this to occur was Mr. Donald Trump, as always, basically deciding that we're going to put 100% tariffs on China. And when something like this happens, there is so much uncertainty in the market. And if we were to know this last time, they also called this out on a Friday. So Trump did this before, thanks to Tom Butler Crypto. Make sure you guys follow him. I'll put the link below because we were just talking about it. He had some great insight on this, and he's going to have a great video out. But here's the thing. This market is going to have moves like this, and what we just need to do is make sure you're always using stop losses. Because luckily I was not in any sort of long, and if I was, I would always have a stop loss. And I am more comfortable taking these little hits like this than taking big hits and liquidating my account, right? Because I do use high leverage and I do use cross margin consistently. And you guys, this didn't just happen to Bitcoin. Let's look at the others. XRP went from literally $2 down to under $1 on some exchanges. Look at this drop. That is a 62% wick, up to 63%. That is insane, and that's within an hour and 30 minutes. Look at that, from the top to the bottom, it's actually exactly 30 minutes. Then it shot back up about 147%. If you had some buy orders at the bottom there, you definitely made some money today. And you gotta understand, this is set to happen in crypto. Do not let it kick you out of the market. If you're a long-term investor, this is where you start adding on to your bags, hoping for the long term because you're still believing in crypto in itself. And you guys, it's not just as bad for XRP. Let's look at some of the alt tokens, right? So like we look at some of these meme coins even. Doge went from 25 cents all the way down to 14 cents, and it bounced back up within under 15 minutes by about 52%, right? Ethereum went down to what do we got here? Look at this beautiful short that I did get stomped out of, which sucks, but that's okay, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to not have stop losses and lose more money. It's okay to lose this little opportunity because the market keeps moving and we're always going to find trades. Don't let these days kick you out of the market and let you ruin a very good long-term opportunity. But Ethereum went down to 3,500 in damn near 8 hours and 20 minutes. From the time the liquidation started for Ethereum, it took about 30 minutes, but Ethereum's only did about a 12% drop, which also shows you some of these bigger assets have a bigger holding point, right? Like BTC did from 117 and it only went down about 9%, but you can see how that translates over to XRP. And these liquidations do impact the entire market, but the good news is now there's going to be opportunities to find longs, and a lot of people are now stating that we're going to go parabolic because of this action, because basically what happens is we need a cleanup in the market like this, and when something like this occurs, it's a great opportunity to find buys. It's also a great opportunity to be day trading, and my plan is simple today. I'm going to wait and see if we get any more downfall coming, and if we get back down to here, I will start buying unless we break this point, right? In this exact example here, if Aster was to break this area here, I'll go back to only shorts. But if we're just hovering in this area, we're going to be scalping some longs today at of course 100 to 200x, but always using a stop loss. And if you want to be able to trade like this, every exchange had this issue, but BTCC had the least one from everything that I've seen. It is one of the best exchanges. I've got the link below. You do get a 10% deposit bonus on your money, so it gives you a chance to actually try and get into the market. But do understand, market-wide, everything is down today. You need to be okay with that. Even the regular stock market for the US is also down. I think we lost about 4 points today, or 4%, and that all happened within an hour time, all because of what Trump said. And you guys, that's going to continue. We're going to get these random occurrences in the market. We need these things because it gives it that correction, and now we have the opportunity to go parabolic again. And realistically, if we even see Bitcoin, it literally did use this support that was resistance here, and it is still hovering in this area. And more importantly, if we go to the really big time frame, we're still on the light uptrend, right? So this was bound to happen sooner or later. I'm happy that it happened now. I'm happy that it's just a wick and it is not guaranteed to be at 102K, because the minute we go under 100K, we're going to have a lot more pain in the market, and we'll probably get down to about 92K here. And you can see that from the fib extension, and maybe we fix it to this point. Yeah, so we've got the 61.8, which is the golden zone, as you guys know, sitting at around 94,000. So that is a huge possibility, especially as you guys can see this fan line here. This is one of the long-term supports, resistance lines that will 100% act like a good supporting point. So what you're gonna wanna do in the market right now is just be patient and make sure you're not just taking random trades. Make sure you're following your plan, make sure you're tracking your trades and know what risk you're taking. Otherwise, you're just really risking yourself and gambling in the market, and you will have a way lower probability to actually make money. But don't let what happened yesterday scare you away. That's the whole point. And also understand, to not get liquidated, you always want to be using stop losses. Now, if you've got an unlimited balance, I understand, but that is not the case for 99.9% of us, me included. You want to be smart with it and make sure you have a stop loss so you can always protect your assets, right? And do not let this market hold you back. This is a great position to be looking for longs and to be looking for scalps, specifically with how things are going. I actually do have an idea that by the end of this weekend, this could all blow over and we could be back up to hovering in this area, because right now it's looking like BTC is going to sit roughly in this area right here, right? We're gonna be in this giant trading box for the next couple of days, maybe even weeks, depending on if we can get the bounce to move back up. We just need to see how the remaining market reacts today. And as America starts waking up here in the next couple of hours, we'll see what happens within that market. The China market obviously caused the crash last night here, as we can see. We'll move this, there it is. We've got the world markets up, you guys, and we can see here that in China time, we had a lag. London close, we had a lag, and then the market dropped. So now we're waiting to see when the US market opens, what's going to happen here. Are we going to get a bounce, or are we going to get a continuous capitulation, as they say? So just be a little cautious. Make sure you're using stop losses. Don't let this market scare you away, because crypto's not dead. It is still here to stay. I mean, we had a great bounce here, and Bitcoin's already back up from the bottom of that point at least 7% in under 3 hours. So you guys, it's still a beautiful market. Make sure you use your stop losses so you do not get liquidated. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss this exciting news as the market keeps changing, and I'll see you on the next video.